Yes, good afternoon, everyone, and distinguished guests and participants. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to join in this conference. Today, I will talk about the declaration and the regional plan of action for the protection of children from all forms of online exploitation, of which I was the one who chair of the drafting committee. And let me focus on how important the child participation is in this process. I think that nowadays, because of the advance of technology through internet and all the hardware and software and all other platform, it makes people can communicate and connected all over the world, which is the plus. But the dark side of the internet and this advancement is that criminal or pedophile perpetrator can also use this mechanism in order to reach children easier than before. In the past, we can protect children with the fence of our house. We can protect them physically by looking after them in the house. But now with the new technology, perpetrator can reach them, reach out the children all around the world within milliseconds and reach them in their own bedroom. And moreover, you see that children and parents always have the problem of now what level of privacy parents and children should strike the balance. So you see that all over the world, parents have not much of the chance to check or to monitor what's going on their child telephones or computer or whatsoever, because if you monitor too much, the child will have a very upset that they are not trusted. But how can we protect all these children from online sexual exploitation and abuse? It is a very big challenge, and the crime is increasing rapidly, not only in ASEAN, but throughout the world. So in that regard, Thailand by ACWC and SOMSWAT proposed to ACWC and SOMSWAT ASEAN to have the declaration on the protection of children from all forms of online exploitation and abuse in ASEAN. Why the declaration is important? Because the declaration is the commitment of all the 10 leaders of ASEAN countries, that now the leader of all 10 ASEAN countries all agree that the 10 ASEAN countries have to fight with this crime, and we have to protect children from the side effect of this new technology advance. But having declaration only is not enough, because we will have what we call commitment. But this commitment have to follow by actions. But what kind of action? So then again, Thailand, ACWC and SOMSWAT again submit up the project proposal entitled ASEAN Regional Plan of Action for the Protection of Children from All Forms of Online Exploitation and Abuse in ASEAN, or we call it RPA or COEA, which was subsequently endorsed by ACWC and SOMSWAT. The purpose of the Regional Plan of Action is we will translate the declaration into action. We look at the declaration in each commitment of the ASEAN leaders and think what should be done, what kind of activities that ASEAN country should have in their own national legislation or action so that children in each country will be better protected from online exploitation and abuse. So in this regard, we have the assistance from experts, that like UNICEF and ECPAT International, because ECPAT International have fighted for with this crime of online of exploitation and abuse for a long time, including online exploitation and abuse. And UNICEF has worked a lot on this as well. So we combine all these technologies, all these expertise together, and setting up the working group to draft the online the RPA on COEA. Next slide, please. And this is the technical working group. We have Thailand is the chair, and we have a representative on children's rights, ACWC representative on children's rights from Brunei Darussalam, Malaysia, Myanmar. And then we have from Somsawat, Indonesia, Myanmar, Singapore. And we also have technical experts from SOMTC and ADG SOM. ADG SOM, who are expert on all this online technology. We have UNICEF representative and ECPAT International representative. How we selected all this technical work group is on voluntary basis. And I am a bit surprised that we did not, Philippines did not join in the technical working group, but I don't know why at that time. That is 2 years ago. Next slide, please. This regional working group, this regional plan of action cover a period of 5 years, commencing from 2021 to the end of 2025. And the development of, we know that online exploitation and abuse is a serious matter and is a complicated crime. We will not be able to get rid of them or suppress them significantly within 5 years term. So we make it conditional that we will have a second RPA on COEA that will be developed to cover another 5-year period from 2026 to 2030. That is an option if the first 5 years cannot solve all the problem. However, it is with the condition that we need the approval of our ASEAN member states and taking into account output and outcome of the first RPA. And the process will be the same. I mean that not only the declaration, the first RPA and the second RPA, we need the participation of children because they are the one that we will protect. And we have to listen to them. What kind of protection in their view that they need? What is the most appropriate protection in their idea? Sometimes we get a lot of good ideas from children, of which adults may forget that because they have been grown up and they forgot what it's like when they were young. So sometimes when we listen to children, we got a very good idea that we have forgot. Next slide, please. So the overall goal and objective of the RPA on COEA is to protect all children in ASEAN because our jurisdiction is only ASEAN, but we will protect all children in ASEAN, no matter what nationality. Maybe they are not ASEAN children, but if they are entered into ASEAN country, they will be protected as well. We will protect them by eliminating all forms of online exploitation and abuse of children through the implementation of the Declaration on the Protection of Children from all forms of online abuse and exploitation within the overarching framework of the ASEAN Regional Plan of Action on the Elimination of Violence Against Children. This Regional Plan of Action is the sub-regional plan of action under the main regional plan of action on the elimination of violence against children, because online exploitation and abuse is also a type of violence against children as well. So the objective of this RPA are to accelerate action to end all forms of online exploitation and abuse of ASEAN of children in ASEAN. But ASEAN cannot dictate country. We can show the best example, the best guideline, the best solution, what should be done, by taking all the example from all over the world, the good practice from all over the world. And then we encourage all the 10 ASEAN countries to take it back, to make it national measure, national solution, national good practice, to put it, blend it in their own system. So this depend very much on how active each country in ASEAN in order to follow the guidance of the RPA on COEA. Next slide, please. The guiding principle of this declaration and the regional plan of action, we use all these principles. The first one is rights-based approach, child rights-based approach. We need to consider the best interest of the child. We use multi-sectoral approach. We will listen to nearly every party's concern. We focus on cross-border cooperation because online sexual abuse and exploitation, the perpetrator may be anywhere behind keyboard, and they can act against children anywhere in the world as well. Distance and time is not a limitation. Border is have no importance at all on this crime. So we will find a lot of cross-border. We will find a lot of cross-border exploitation and abuse. That we need cooperation from law enforcement in all relevant countries, not only in ASEAN, but maybe in Europe or in the US or in the North America, South America, in South Africa, in Australia, and in Japan, and whatsoever. So how we can establish the cross-border cooperation if we find one. But one of the most important is child participation. Without child participation, we will not have all the this comprehensive regional plan of action. And the last one is ensuring recognition of the nexus between online and offline risk, exploitation, and abuse, because sometimes it's go hand in hand. It's intertwined, both offline and online. Next slide, please. But how we engage child participation into the process. When we draft the declaration, we ask all the 10 countries to conduct consultation with children in each country. That's the national level. But on the ASEAN level, we ask CRC Asia who has established a very well system for children to share their idea, to represent the ASEAN children in participate and give us comment, suggestion, recommendation, input whatsoever to the draft. So we use two levels in parallel. The first one is the national level. Each country, we ask each country to conduct national consultation with their own children in their country. And on the ASEAN level, CSC Asia play a very important role in provide us with consultation with children in ASEAN. Because we cannot provide comprehensive protection to children if we do not know what the children really need. We will not know what is the real best interest of the child in this particular issue and situation in the viewpoint of children. We need to listen to what children have to say. And we have to contemplate their input, their suggestion, their comment, their recommendation very seriously, and take it to amend the draft. All this, we take all this consideration after being contemplated, and we put it in the draft of both the declaration and the regional plan of action. Next slide, please. Yes. This is what the technical working group had done during the drafting process of the declaration and the regional plan of action. The consultation with children were done in both the national and regional level. We trying to cover our group of children. In the national level, we asked country to try as much as possible to cover all groups of children. They need the representation that the child who they consult with should represent all children, all group of children, no matter vulnerable, children in difficulties, the normal children, the handicapped children, or the migrant children as well. The national consultation in Thailand was done with several groups, and we do it not only in one consultation. We provide consultation in the northern part, in northeastern part, in the southern part, in the eastern part of Thailand, to be sure that we have consult all the relevant groups and we receive information that other country has done likewise. I think that with this process, it is very important, because without the participation of children, we will not, I believe, we will not have such a comprehensive and very what I think it is accepted by many world organizations that this declaration and regional plan of action is one of the best in the world. Next slide, please. The regional consultation with children and done with the assistance of CSC Asia, of which was very appreciated. I would like to thank CSC Asia for this. I would like to thank Amihan Abuewa and all the team, of which I'm very acquainted with, Hazel as well, and many others. Yes. So without the assistance of CSC Asia, we cannot say that we have consult the ASEAN children. We may have consult with children in each country, but we cannot say that we have consulted the children of ASEAN if we do not work with CSC Asia. So that's why I would like to thank CSC Asia and very much and it is very appreciated.